In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and redesign a mobile app. Okay, so I'm going to be redesigning a friend's mobile app, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, if you're actually new to the YouTube channel, consider subscribing. And as you can see right here, this is the app I'm going to be redesigning. So what I did, I've deleted this image and I have Figma opened and I created a new file, and I've been so what I did, guys, I'm just going to run you guys through with what I've done. I've created the logo. So I created the logo in different sizes, and this is the splash screen. The first one is the splash screen. The second one is the sign in or login screen. The third one is the create an account, and the fourth one is the dashboard. Okay, so we're going to be creating all this right here on Figma. And what I've done, guys, I've done the splash screen and I've added the logo on the splash screen, and I'm also going to do some few things on it. And I've also created the grid. It's very easy for you to create a grid. You just have to click on this plus icon and you click on this and you click on change it from grid to colon, and you can select the number of colon. I'm using a 6 colon with a margin of 30, and as you can see, then a gutter of 15. So that's pretty much what I'm actually using. So in case you want to go ahead and set the grid and follow what I'm actually doing. So once you're done with that, you can start designing. As you can see, these are the things I've done so far. This is the button, this is the button, this is the form, and this is the text. I'm actually trying to what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually creating a better experience for users. So with this UI, I want to create a better experience for users and something that is much more amazing than this. Okay, so when you're actually designing or redesigning a mobile app for a client, you need to try as much as possible to design a better experience than the current experience the users are actually having with that app. Okay, so I'm going to add an icon. So I want to add an icon there that allow them to go back to this section in case I want them to go back. But I don't think it's necessary for them to go back to a splash screen, so I'm just going to ignore that icon, that back icon. So they don't need to go back to this splash screen. They can do every single thing right here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to I'm trying to create a message. Okay, so I'll just create a message. Let me create an additional message. So I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to make this smaller. I think 12. Okay, so I think this is, yeah, this is 11. I'm going to make this 12. I'm going to make this 12, and this is 12. Okay, so it will correspond. And from semi to okay, to regular, then I'm also going to change the color to this. Okay, so I'm changing the color to this, and I'm going to give a spacing between this. I'm going to give a spacing, and let me just go ahead and create a check mark to show that the user have saved their password. I'm going to be using line, so you can see all your Figma tools right here. So I'm going to create a Figma line. I'm going to do that right there again. Okay, so I'm actually just creating a check mark. So I think I've gotten it. This is the check mark. Okay, so I can change this to white, which means the user have completed I've gone okay user okay, so the user have successfully clicked this check mark that says save my password. And as you can see, there is this input field that says enter password and enter username. So I'm going to leave that and give okay, so you can see this is but okay, so I'm going to put an icon inside. And when you're actually trying to add an icon into in your design, there are various types of icon. We have an icon that is filled. We have an icon that it just has to do with stroke. We have other icons, different kind of icons. So just try as much as possible that when you're making use of an icon, make use of one type of icon. Okay, if you're making use of a field icon, make use of a field icon. Okay, so don't make use of a field icon and also make use of a stroke icon. Okay, which is pretty bad for your design and for the experience. Okay, so I think I'm going to be making use of a stroke icon. So I'm going to try as much as possible to make use of a stroke icon throughout the design. Okay, so waiting for the Figma plugin to load in order for me to just import an icon. So, and the name of an icon, the icon pack or icon plugin I'm going to be using is Feather. Okay, so you can go to the Figma plugin section and install Feather. Okay, so Feather can help you with various plugins. As you can see, currently it's running right now. I don't know why it took so long. I think it's because of my network. So I'm going to type on. I'm just going to type what I want, user, and it's going to import a user icon for me. And the next one I'm going to do is password, since I want a password icon. So as you can see, this is a stroke icon. So this is a stroke icon. So let me put this in. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in, make sure it's in the middle, and do the same thing, making sure it's in the middle. Okay, okay. So I think this is it. So I'm going to give spacing between the icon and the text, so it's readable by the user. So I think I'm gonna do this. I'm going to give some spacing and change the color code of this icon. I'm going to change the color code of this icon to something like to be similar to that. I'm going to do this. So like this, change this. I'm changing the font, sorry, the stroke of that icon. Changing the stroke of that icon. So I'm going to do that so it corresponds with what I'm actually doing. So I think this is pretty much, yeah, this is okay now. So this is cool, and I can go ahead and add a text that says welcome back to. Okay, so this is a text that says welcome back to the to PayDirect, and the user can go ahead and log in. Okay, okay. So I'm just going to give. Okay, so this is going to be like this. I can even make this much. Yeah, I can increase the size maybe if I want. I think this is cool now. Okay, okay. So let me use welcome back. Oh, so I don't want to use too much exclamation. I'm just going to make welcome back. Okay, it's okay. I'm trying to make use of a catchy text. So I'm going to say okay. So I can make this smaller. I'm going to make this small, then give it. So I think this is okay. This okay. So I can also change this color if I want. I can change the color if I want. So okay. Yeah, so I think this is cool. If I want to make this, I can make use of this. I can make use of the color. Okay, so I think I'm just going to make use of that green color so I can make use of the two colors, the two brand colors. And I'm going to make use of a dark stroke, maybe a blue tick. No, I think that's bad. So I'm going to make use of a black color. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to transfer when we use this. Okay, so I think it's in the middle now. Okay, so I think this is okay now. Okay, so this is cool, and as you can see, this is a better experience than the former one. So I can also go ahead and I'm just going to delete this text because I want to have just this logo. Oh, just trying to create an experience. I want to make this UI much more amazing than the other one. Remember, so I'm going to take this to the bottom. I'm going to increase this, make it look like this. Then I'm going to change. Okay, so I'm going to change the opacity to I think 10% is okay. Okay, so 10% is okay. Okay, so that's cool. I can. Okay, so um I'm going to group this and group this. Then I'm going to group this. Okay, so I've grouped this already. Group. So the spacing between this is, let me make this 15. Okay, so let me make this 21. The space between this and the spacing between this should be 30. Okay, so this UI is much better than this, so I can go ahead and make use of um same one, but I'll just tweak this a little bit. Just say create, and then I can say a step a smart. Okay, so I'm actually trying to create something. So okay, yes, so the user can actually use their email, their username, email, password, and create a pin. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'll take this to the top, and I'm going to take this form again to the top. Remember, the spacing between each of these elements is 15, I think 15. So I'm going to see enter email address. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to ungroup this because I want to add a new icon here for email and password. We have password. Okay, password. Then what else? Create a pin. Create a pin. Okay, so I think I'm going to ignore the create a pin aspect. I'm going to ignore the create a pin. I'm going to ignore the create a pin. So I'm going to open further again and do the same thing. I'm going to search for email. Mail. Okay, so here we go. Mail. Going to, so when you're actually designing, try as much as possible to make sure that element you maintain same make sure make sure all the elements are consistent in your design. So as you can see, for this icon we're using a one, the stroke is just one, so the stroke for this email icon should be 1 2. So want it to be consistent, so I'm going to change the fill to correspond with this fill, and boom, this is it. So I can click on this, done, and do the same thing. Remember the spacing is 15. I think so, the spacing is 15. Let me check that again. Okay, space 15. So that's boom, and the spacing between here and here is 21. Okay, so we're going to do that again. I'm going to do this, put this 21, then the spacing between here and here is 30. Okay, so I think this is pretty much it. Then we're going to change this text to already have an account. So if you have an account already, you just go ahead and sign in. Okay, so you don't need to create an account again if you already have an account. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. I think we don't need this. We don't need this. So I'm going to delete that and create. Okay, so what I'm going to do like this instead. I'm going to delete this. I accept terms and conditions. Okay, so most app, they want you to accept their terms and condition. So we're actually introducing accept the terms and condition. So this is going to play a vital role in the design. I'm going to select this and change this color, and count the color to be okay. This is cool. Okay, so this is cool. I think I'm going to make this, instead of an input form, I'm sorry, instead of a checked box, I'm going to make this uncheck box, which means they haven't checked this box yet. So I'm going to do this since the box is not yet checked. So when the box is not yet checked, it's going to look like this. Sorry, I'm going to have to reduce this to correspond with the form. Okay, so it's now corresponding with the form, and boom, this is it. This is what it's going to look like. As you can see, we have a better experience than the other experience here. Okay, so as you can see right here, this is not, we can right here on this splash screen, we can improve the splash screen if we want. Let me say we can improve the splash screen if we want. We can create a button on this splash screen, like creating two buttons on the splash screen. It actually says create an account and also sign up. So I'm going to do this. Since we have 4. Okay, remember we have, okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, so okay, sign up. So in case the user wants to go ahead and sign up, they can click any of this button. So I can make this, I'll make this green, make this white. Okay, so I think this is cool. So as you can see, this button right here, the function of this button is for a user to be able to take action when they are coming to this app for the first time. So as you can see, they can take action on this, and I can also ignore this if I want. I can ignore this, and it's just going to be like a splash screen. Once you just, it's just going to be a splash screen, a normal regular splash screen. The logo is going to pop up, and once it pop up, it takes them to this login where they can go ahead and select if they actually want to create an account. But we don't want that. We want to give them a smooth experience. That's why we are actually introducing this sign up and sign in and sign up button on this splash screen, so they can go ahead and select what they want instantly. Okay, and as you can see, we can go ahead and create and design this dashboard. We can design the dashboard. Okay, so we can design the dashboard. If you actually enjoyed this video, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel in case you haven't subscribed to the channel. And I'm going to do like this. I'm going to create Okay, so we want to create an icon, all these icons. So I think this give 4 icons. So we have home, wallet, history, and profile. So I'm going to do that. Home, home, wallet, history, and profile. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Put this. I want this to touch the end. Put this. Put this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that all this space, the spacing between all this are actually aligned. So I'm going to click on this section and come to distribute horizontal spacing, and this is cool now. So I'm going to make sure I select this. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I'm going to select home, then going to select home, then I can add icons back again. So I'm going to add four icon. So we're going to add icon for home, icon for wallet, or I'll just say pay, then icon for history, or let me go for profile first. Sorry, user. Okay, then the next one is if I can find the history, I think I'm going to make use of let me see. Let me see what I can actually make use of, if I can make use of history. So what's using, right? I think, okay, clock. Yes, a clock. Clock is also used as history. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to do this now. Do this. Do this. Do this. Okay, so now all the icons are okay, same line. Putting them in the middle. The middle. I want them to be in the middle. So I'm doing that. Okay, so now it's in the middle. I can select this and change the color. Then change the color to correspond with the one for home, and boom. Okay, so this is it. This is our app right here. So I think I'm just going to change the color. So in case you want to go ahead and learn UI design and you're new to UI design, you can sign up for our course. You can follow us on Instagram, follow us on our social media handles, so you can learn UI design. So I'm going to do this. So I want to create the wallet section because I don't want to waste much time again. Just going to do this. I'm going to create a radius and make use of this, make use of the color code. Then the next thing I want to do is to add icon and the profile. So I'm going to take this down, then create hello Sarah. So I'm going to create all these text balance. Instead of having available balance, better for us to just have balance. Then I'm going to the balance is too much, so I'm going to say just going to leave this as 250. Okay, and I think this is spreadsheet. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to create the buttons that says sell Bitcoin. Okay, so I don't know what the app does, so actually replicating what she did. Okay, then buy Bitcoin, buy buy airtime. Okay, so this is it, and we can go ahead and now create a profile icon. Okay, so I'll create a profile icon. Okay, so I can make this semi bold and import an image, profile image here using on Splash plugin. So on Splash is actually going to run. I don't know, taking time. And if you want to go ahead and import your own image, you can do that. You can import your image and make use of it in case you want to do that. I think I can do that also. Just come to this. Okay, so I'm just going to design my own. So please. Okay, so Splash is my network is really bad, so please angry. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. Let me make use of their color. Okay, so I'm going to make this white. I'm going to make this white, then change this to this, increase the size. Sorry, this is too much. Forgot. The balance is meant to be bigger than the. I'm going to make this balance. I'm going to make this balance this. Okay, so I want to make this a naira sign because I'm in Nigeria, so I'm going to make this a naira sign. Okay, I know this is not really cool, but you're going to manage it like that. Okay, so I'm going to make this. I think this is okay now. So this is it. This is it right here. Okay. Okay, so this is what the account is going to look like. I think I'll just make this small. Okay, yeah, this is okay. Okay, so um I can also go ahead and yes guys, and if you notice, he added the profile icon and also a menu icon. If the profile icon can still serve as the menu icon, case so in case if the user does tap on the profile icon, it's going to bring out the menu. And if you want it to, if you want them to just go to the profile, you can just get. So I think we can do like this, since I think you have more feature. So I'll just make use of more, delete this and change this to a menu icon instead. So I'll make use of a menu icon instead. So I want this to be okay. So I get you know why I'm understand what I'm actually doing, because I want to. Okay, so I'm gonna group this. So why I'm grouping these elements is because I want to distribute this. I want to distribute this. So okay, so I'm going to distribute horizontal spacing again, and boom, this is cool. So I'm going to add an icon that allows them to hide their balance in case they want to hide their balance. So I'm going to do that by searching for I. Just search for I. Paste this in. Remember, like I said, when you're actually making use of one type of logo, make use of that one type of logo. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm sorry, I said logo icon. So I'm going to reduce the opacity to maybe 50. Then I think this is okay. This is okay. So this is cool. This is cool. So you can also go ahead and create button for these elements that are here. And create buttons. I'm going to make this 10 and so I do. Okay. So I'm going to do this. So we can also make use of the brand color. Make use of the brand color. Okay, remember we are trying to create 4 different buttons. So this okay. So I'm going to take Bitcoin this to the top. Okay, going to take Bitcoin to the top, put this in the middle, put this in the middle, put this in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to do that for pay bills and buy airtime. Put this in the middle, put this in the middle. Okay, so yep, we have successfully done the button. This is cool. This is cool. So just we can also improve this. We can improve this design. We can improve this design if we want. So I know this video is already long. So just going to try as possible to. Okay, so I'll just do this. Line it. Then we can see what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like. And maybe if possible, I think the button should make this button more of okay. Then hide this. Let's make the button, let's maintain the same color. Maintain the same color for the and use of the same text. Okay, so we can make I don't want to make the blue too much, so I'm going to dilute that using this. Okay, so I want it to look like when the user tap on the button they want, it's going to when I tap on the button, then it's going to over, like it's going to show that yes, it's going to show that green, let me say a over state that is going to be green. So I'm going to make this. Okay, so I'm going to make use of this. So I think this is okay. This is okay. Okay, this is cool. So I can create okay, so a deposit and a okay, deposit and withdraw. There is deposit and withdraw button. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay. Okay, so since we have a deposit and withdraw button, I'm going to do this. Deposit. I forgot the deposit and withdraw button. So I'm going to do this. Placing this in the middle. If they actually enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm also going to okay, so we can just make use of this. Let's just make use of the color, brand color, and then I'll make use of then I'll make this green. Okay, so you notice how I'm trying to blend the brand color to the design. So I think I'm going to make sure this, yeah, this is okay. So I can now we have four different buttons that says pay BU, that says pay BU, pay this, pay that. So we can create that button now with this. Okay, so I think this is okay. So I'm going to do this. Yes, I can actually go ahead and do that. I can fix that later. I can do this, but I'm just going to remove this. Just going to remove this. I can change this to a banner. Make use of the banner and says buy later or whatsoever. Okay, as you can see, we've been able to redesign this. So this, so buy Bitcoin, buy this, okay, buy Bitcoin, this. Um, okay, so I'm actually thinking of something cool. We can make use of an icon instead. We can make use of an icon. Okay, so I think what I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to um once round up this once round up this design is the video is so plenty and I don't want that. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so can take this to the bottom and create a banner that allows them to buy and sell Bitcoin. Okay, so just going to do this. Possible a line. Sorry. So I'm going to do this like this, have this. I think this is this is not cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to duplicate this, and for this I'm going to put in import an image. I'm going to search using on Splash and search for crypto. Okay, so I'm just trying to design something that's much more cool. Going to make use of this. Let me look for a better image. Okay, so I think this is cool. Okay, so I can place this on top of it. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity to something like 60. Then change this to white. Then on top it I can place buy slash sell crypto. Then change this to I can make this any color I want. Okay, so yep, this is pretty much okay. I think I'll make this black. and make this white. Okay, so I'm going to make this opacity of this to be 90 instead. Okay, so this is what the app is going to look like, and we can create more of like a transaction history kind of thing. Then you can say recent transaction, recent transaction. We can create a transaction. We can create a transaction like okay. So we can create a recent transaction, or we can just okay. Let me just create an empty state because I don't want to. Okay, so I'm creating an empty state. Okay, so this is it. We are done with the mobile app. So as you can see, I'm just going to do this so you can actually see what it looks like. So guys, this is pretty much it, and as you can see, this is how to go ahead and create redesign a mobile app. So if you actually enjoyed this video, I'm going to paste a link to this file in my description below, so you can go ahead and then copy it and create something like this in case you want to use this to learn. And that's pretty much it guys for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and see you guys in our video.